Good evening. Welcome to the live stream. I'm actually in the Discord, actually. Let me just correct that. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're all having a great weekend. Be a second here. I'm just logging into the Discord chat so we can hear everybody else talking as well. There we go. Okay. Welcome to the live stream. This is our weekly Mass Effect 3 multiplayer live stream. And Darth Dennis is here. Nice to see you. Cerberus guy's here. And Dana is here too. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you have a nice weekend. Who we got playing this evening? I've seen Take Snow's been around. Here he is. Let's get our... won't be joining at this rate. Game's all messed up. Oh no. Not cool. Okay.
Hey guys.
Curtis is here. Nice to see you, Curtis. Hope you're doing well.
Hey, Curtis.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. How do I sound today?
Much better. Yeah, much better.
Okay. I've been messing with it all day today, so...
Ah, Jumpy's here. Jumpy Popcorn. Nice to see you. Okay, it looks like we've actually got quite a few people here tonight, so we might have to mix it up in a few games.
Can you see me, Tim? My origin says I'm offline.
No, I can't see you.
Okay, I think I might have to restart my computer then. So I'll sit the first round out and just come back into YouTube chat.
Okay, no worries. Good Abend, Monrith. Hope you're doing well. Hope you have a nice weekend. Is this Xbox or PC? This is PC. We'll just wait for Curtis to get in. Who should it
I
be?
should be able to be in. Well, I see it on my end. I'm on. So.
Yep, you're in there, mate. Wonderful. We'll get this started then. So no particular theme for tonight. We can just chat about whatever you fancy. And Texano's going to join in the Discord after the partner. Excellent. Yeah, we need you to join in the conversation there too. Soon we'll be heading to gold challenges. Well, Diana, to be fair, with you on the team, I think it might be a possibility.
I could always step out if you want to let somebody come in, Tim. That'd be fine with me. So.
No worries. We'll mix it up next round. I think Cerberus guy wants to get game in the next round. He's going to restart his machine.
Okay.
So yeah. Hope you all
Yeah,
do
I
well.
hear you, Tim. Can you turn it?
This location has high-value resources. Areas uncontrolled.
Turn that under there. There we go. Okay.
All right.
Probably should have actually thought of something to. That was a really good start, wasn't it? There we go. Right, we're getting to the groove now. We're getting to the groove. Random's here. Nice to see you, Random. Looks cold there. Yes, that we've got some thermal underpants on, so we're okay. Standard issue.
Enemy is regrouping. Time to reload.
So we need a conversation
Force approaching.
topic. So what have you guys been playing this week? I think we'll be able to start with. I've been revisiting Resident Evil 2, the remake. Sorry, Resident Evil 3, the remake. I've actually quite enjoyed it because I only ever played it through once. When it first came out. I'm a huge fan of the originals. Bioshock. Ah, man, I haven't played Bioshock in years. Would you kindly? Oh, that was a bit cheeky. Achievement hunting. Going for the tough ones. I won't believe that I was playing Andromeda. Oh no! PS4's died? Was it like the blue ring of death or something? To fix the Renegade Eyes in Mass Effect 3.
Is the only thing that survived the crash. Get it online. Good work. Stay close so your Omni tool keeps
Go away.
the drone lost connection. Get back to it.
Where's the drone? There we go.
Squad member needs help.
Okay.
To fix the Renegade Eyes in Mass Effect 3, I would fix my run, but I'm pretty much playing Hazard all the time. I don't think I've played that one. Oh, the fan's not working. Ah, who's that? I've heard a lot of good things about Horizon Zero Dawn. I'd really like to play it, but I've not got around to it. I've heard the second one's just as good as the first. Ow.
Clean sweep. Well done. Enemy is regrouping.
Turn that down a bit.
Enemy force approaching.
Yeah, turn the sound on the game here so I can hear you guys.
I can only just give it a try. Been sucked into the world. Western Steam yet, but the original is all-time classic. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it. Actually, it's one of the games that I've got on my to-play list. I think I'll be doing some more Mass Effect Andromeda this week. That's for sure. Also been tackling Mass Effect 3 on Insanity. How you find it on Insanity?
Team member is hurt.
Yeah, that's just
Everyone else will have a 10. Probably not. Mass Effect 3 Insanity is the most fun. See, I think I'll just get frustrated with it. I think I'll just end up losing my rag with the game. I don't mind difficult games when they're difficult. When all that they do is just turn enemies into bullet sponges. I don't find it fun.
They're down to 50% capability. Alliance needs research data from here. Use a local server to upload data. Go, go, go!
well, let you know, Tim. I started playing Dragon Age a little bit today.
Oh yeah, how you finding it?
It's pretty good once I figure out how to use the controls. I try to play more of it.
Yeah, I need to. I've started playing Dragon Age, but I'm struggling to get into it again. So it's on the back burner at the minute.
So once I know how to use the controls, I can play the game. Figure out how to make them all.
It's
Stuff
just
like that.
yeah, it's just mouse and keyboard really. Most of it you can do with your mouse.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's, no, I did guys just look up the options on it and show me what to do with it, so. Yeah, I had shut my live stream the other day because my internet couldn't handle it. So,
Enemy is regrouping.
when I get better internet, I'll restart on
He's
it.
incoming.
Ah, excellent service guide. The only part about 100% Splendid Edition that you have to use certain abilities 25 times. You have to do multiple playthroughs so you can pick the class with those skills.
Squad member needs help. I got you. I owe ya.
Ah,
Team member offline.
ran out of ammo. Yeah, I can imagine that can be quite frustrating. Especially achievement hunting in that. Oh, come on.
Has flatlined.
I mean the clone fight on yeah. I should imagine that's proper hard on Insanity. I find it hard on normal, to be honest. It's a tough fight.
Squad member has flatlined.
Ow. Who is that?
No, no, no. Oh, shit. Thank you, Tim.
Okay, sneak in there and sneak out again.
Good luck. There's a lot of them right there. I couldn't get out.
Ammo.
Enemy is down to one.
Yeah.
Your clone can be absolutely do one
First
if
time
it's.
I'm using this guy.
That's something I've never actually even thought of. The clone.
Enemy is regrouping. Time to reload.
Does the clone actually mimic your actual abilities, or is it just? So if you're a soldier class, it will be a clone soldier class, for instance. I just assumed it was just like a random enemy, you know, like a normal enemy that looks like you, basically, not one that actually.
Team member offline.
Well, I suppose that's a bit of a stupid theory, isn't it, really? Oh, come on, I was using my shield boost there.
Ouch.
Team member offline.
Yeah, your clone mimics your abilities, so it's a that's a lot. Ow, 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 ow. Stuck in a wall. Yeah, so I've never played. I've only played soldier class in Mass Effect 1. I've a bit of a strange headcanon where I'll start off as a soldier in Mass Effect 1. And then, oh, go away, you. Yeah, I'll start off as a soldier in Mass Effect 1, and then when you die and get reborn, I then choose a biotic class and have it as the getting rebuilt. You know, you have the you given biotic powers. It used to really annoy me how in the original game, if you was a biotic, you couldn't then use sniper rifles because it kind of broke my headcanon. Where just because Shepard dies and is resurrected, now he's completely forgotten how to use a sniper rifle because he's now a vanguard or something.
I'm trying to save you, Tim. Oops, they got me down.
Hey there, Dot Voice. Nice to see you. Oh, this is not going well, is it?
We don't have a service guy in here. He usually saves the day.
Don't forget to put the female explosive rounds in the rifle.
We got it. Squad member has flatlined. Load completed. We got squad member needs help.
I'll just stand behind him. The big Krogan.
That's one happy Krogan.
Team member offline.
Hope the new Mass Effect that keeps similar ability systems to Andromeda include all the 3 different abilities and weapons. See, I don't like that. I don't like the whole profile switching jobby. I think it breaks law and the canon of it and stuff.
Enemy is regrouping. Shuttle inbound. Rendezvous for extraction. Squad member needs help.
Oh, maybe we get it. Andromeda 2, we might see Valiant's new car.
We're getting there. Find the LZ. Nearly there. Get to the LZ.
No, no, no.
Squad member offline. Team member offline. Give me a sec. Close one.
Health things.
Squad member offline.
One of these days you'll buy health packs.
I've got some actually. For the first time ever. Yeah, full extraction as well. You can make your own class, maybe if it's allowed. 5 abilities 3. Yeah, I mean, it's good. I just think it kind of breaks the law of Mass Effect, being a biotic or non-biotic. And it kind of hurts the replayability of it as well. With the trilogy, if you play as a Vanguard or you're set to a certain amount of biotic powers, then if you decide you want to try out a tech specialist, you've got a different set of biotic powers, and it completely changes how you play it. Right, so we mix up the teams. Let's Cerberus guy in.
Okay, you can kick me out for now if you want.
You sure? We'll
Yeah, that'd be fine.
we'll cycle you back in on the next round then.
Alrighty, sounds good. Just exit myself out there. Here we go.
Hello, guys.
I know in Mass Effect 3 playing an engineer basically makes you Iron Man, except you can't fly.
That's awesome. I don't think I've actually tried the engineers.
Well, I was basically Iron Man in the last round. Just flying about.
I'm going to change my character now.
I was literally scoffing down my pot when it's
I didn't make my
started going fast.
I made my shepherd, male shepherd, into an engineer this time around.
Let's try that destroyer. Here we go again.
Yeah, literally on my end, as soon as it said round over, I just like scoffed down as much of my pot noodles as I could because I was honestly just I can't risk eating any of it during a multiplayer game.
Well, to be fair, noodles are amazing.
Yeah, I don't think you guys have pot noodles, but they're very nice.
Well, we have ramen, so I mean, I'm sure it's almost the same thing.
I mean, it's kind of made out of like a powder, kind of. But I don't know. I kind of like the flavor.
Yeah,
of
you
it.
get like a thing where it's like a brick of noodles and then like a powder, and then you just add boiling water, right?
Yeah, and it's just in like a tub or like a plastic cup.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can get a full meal for 29 cents. What's not to love?
Really, ours are usually like £1.
Well, I mean, I guess maybe if you get the proper ones where it's like in a container already,
Defense
as
Matrix
opposed
is
to
the
just
best.
like the brick of noodles.
Ah, okay. Authentication boost, deactivation, defense. Oh, okay. I should have probably put some points in Defense Matrix actually.
Oh, that for a topic for today though. How do you consume noodles?
Oh yeah. What
Lots
was
of the time.
what was the question you want me to ask, Service Guy?
Mission objective is simple. We're dropping you
What
into
movie was you most scared of?
Oh, okay. So I don't know. Do you guys? Did you? I know Takes to Know will be way too young, but did you guys have back in the 90s the Ernest movies? Or does anyone in chat know what I'm talking about when I say Ernest?
No.
Yeah, Ernest P. Worrell.
Yeah, Ernest P. Worrell. Yeah,
Not that guy, huh?
Ernest, yeah. So the Halloween one, Ernest Scared Stupid, that troll scared the hell out of me as a kid. It's like the dumbest. I mean, it was one of those movies where it was. I mean, it's a kids movie. It was a little bit scary, but it was still a kids movie. But that troll scared the hell out of me as a kid.
It was kind of a silly movie too. I think it was.
I mean, if we're talking about kids movies that we were scared of as a kid, Nightmare Before Christmas was mine.
I
Before
totally
Christmas.
expected you to say "Never-Ending Story."
Stay alert. Enemy is
I haven't seen that, to be honest.
It's still going.
You've never seen "Never-Ending Story."
I've heard the song, but it sounds so cheesy.
Jack Black's the villain in the third movie.
As in, like, Mr. Frost. Oh. Oh no. I still.
I don't know if it counts as role-playing, but most of the Turian characters have like an adrenal stim thing ability,
some good work.
which for some reason counts as a grenade.
Enemy is
So if you take the grenade equipment thing, you get like 1,000,000 of them. So I just love playing as a Turian and just imagining him being high as a kite, because every time he gets shot, he just does a bunch of drugs.
How do I fire this rocket thing?
Clock ticking. Get in and get it done.
So did you end up picking a topic, or?
No, not really. We just started off with what people have been playing this week.
You're about half done. The security is going down.
Did you get to why the Resident Evil 3 remake has the worst multiplayer ever made?
It really does, yeah. That's that. Not reverse. It's
Here's a question for you. Do you want the new Mass Effect game to have a multiplayer?
Yes, but only if they do it like how 3 did.
As in, like this kind of gameplay.
Yeah, where you can kind of do it as like a little thing that kind of tacks onto the story, but it's not game breaking.
Yeah, I'd like to have some kind of story element to it, but not where it, because it can, yeah,
Like,
it can be, if they're saying, oh, you need to do this to get your war assets up, then it's a bit, it can alienate people, can't it?
I mean, like, I like what the original Mass Effect 3 did, and I'm having a brain fart and I forget what it's called off the top of my head, but I had a mod that when you're running to the beam at the end of the game, it changed all the random Alliance soldiers to all the characters you have unlocked in the multiplayer, which I thought was like a even cooler little tie-in. So something like that I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, but then if you have some kind of cool backstory for your multiplayer characters, they're all dead.
Well, I mean, I do have cool backstories from my multiplayer characters, so that is valid.
That's what I mean, like you grow attached to them and then they just, you know, die off screen.
Dark
As
Voice
long as
was-
Anderson dies.
You're gonna hate the fact that I'm working on a Chef tribute video with a lot of Anderson involvement then.
Does it count as a Renegade choice if I intentionally skip the last Renegade trigger in Mass Effect 3 so I can let the Elusive Man kill him and then I don't have to sit through his super cringy "I'm proud of you" speech?
I just don't get how you can't be touched by that speech.
Because it's super cringy and I hate it.
Funny that in Andromeda, I'd rather
I mean-
have silent multiplayer character as my squad mate than Liam. I quite like Liam.
I mean, Liam's a bro. I mean, dude gets all the respect from me just because he wears space khakis. I mean, next time you play Andromeda, just look, he's literally wearing khakis. And he has cargo shorts on in outer space. It's the coolest thing ever.
That's all of them. Good work. Enemy down to half strength. Remote weapon triggers located planet side. We're running out of time. Find
What else has Keith David
I
done
was
then?
hoping that at the end of the Andromeda, I was
Oh,
hoping
he's
they
been the
were-
Arbiter in Halo.
Oh, see?
He was. That's why I often, whenever my shepherds get like really renegade-y, I often imagine Anderson just being like, "Demon." He's also in I forget if it's Saints Row 3 or 4, but he's in one of them.
I haven't ever played one of them.
You should play 4 at least once, or at least stream it, just because it has one of the funniest things in the world in it when it makes fun of there's an entire section that makes fun of Mass Effect.
Really?
Yeah, there's spoiler alert if anyone in the chat's not played Saints Row 4. But there's a part where you go to outer space on a ship, and for that part and only that part of the game, you can sleep with literally anyone, even the robot, just by pressing one button. It's hilarious.
team member offline.
Yeah, I've actually been making progress with my Mass Effect 1 Insanity playthrough. Like, I initially played it through on Legendary and on Sanity, but it didn't save my achievements, so I'm going through it again. And I've just gotten to Vermeer, and honestly, like, getting Rex's armor was like a nightmare on Insanity.
That's just like a little side mission. What was giving you trouble with that?
Just the combat. Like, that one area was just so difficult to navigate. I mean, just because, like, the enemies were just too damn clever and staying in cover too much, and...
I think the hard. I mean, fair enough, but I'm surprised to hear you say that because that was just like, that mission is like a million missions that are basically identical to that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I never had trouble with other missions. Well, I suppose I haven't done too many side missions in this run through, so... But, I don't know, there was something about it that was challenging, like, just how enemies would randomly run up to me as well when I was staying in cover to stay alive at times, because my character's a sniper, I had to stay at a distance. And they just run up at me and, like, I don't know, it was just a nightmare, because I'd stay in cover, and they were staying in cover, and then there was a few that just run up to you.
Did you say you'd done Therum yet?
Do you mean Pharos?
No, I meant Therum, where you get Liara.
Oh yeah, I've got Liara.
I was just gonna say the hardest part for me, anyway, I found on Insanity was that Krogan killed me about 500 times before I finally got him.
That's a
Yeah, I
really
got
hard
him first time
Krogan.
in my Insanity.
Well, yeah, because you have to kill him twice.
Yeah, see, I got him first time on Insanity. I don't know what it was, if I just had a really good sniper and I was using Singularity because I had a bonus talent.
Was that on the Legendary Edition or the 2007 version? Because I'm still not convinced what it is, but I'm convinced that Insanity is easier on the Legendary Edition.
Oh, 100% it is, but I don't know. I still had my troubles, like I said, with the Rex armor mission.
You not cheese beforehand with experience.
Outstanding work. All clear. Enemy is still active. Stay alert.
Was there another experience glitch on the drill?
I have no idea. I haven't actually tried that one. If there's more experience in that one, I would be more inclined to do that one. Just because it might take me half an hour instead of an hour.
Big question, how are you playing multiplayer? This is on the original Mass Effect 3 on PC.
Well, we're doing really good this game.
Enemy force approaching.
Shh, don't jinx us.
So how far have you got with your... Well, actually, is Curtis still in the Discord?
My what?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, I was just wondering, Curtis, how far did you get with your Origins playthrough so far? I was just asking Curtis how far he got with his Dragon Age playthrough.
Not far. I just now figured out how to use the controls on that game today. So
But you've made your character and everything, right?
yeah,
Which origin story did you go for?
I'm gonna guess human noble before he answers.
I don't know about that. So all right, take a look again. A bit later.
Makes more sense than I
I
haven't
am
played
playing the
since it
FIFA.
came out on 360. Oh. Yeah, it's still very active. We would play with a full team anyway, but yeah, if I don't know if it's still active on Xbox 360, but yeah, on PC you can always find a game.
Classified device. Find it and bring it back.
Yes, Damies were talking about Dragon Age Origins.
Squad member offline.
Oh, and real quick, this is the last stream I'll probably be good because I turned 39 on Tuesday, so I think I'll be old by then, by next week.
Is it your retirement speech from Whiteplay?
No, it's just my letting you know I probably am going to suck.
What could happen when you hit the big 4-0 then?
Squad member offline.
I shudder to think because honestly, I know a lot of people who freaked out about turning 30. It didn't really bother me, but turning 40 kind of scares me.
All changes when you hit the big 4-0, man.
I'll get back to you next year and let you know.
I'm still the oldest in you guys. I'm 55. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it.
Well, age is just a number, right?
Yep.
When I turned 30, people told me that 30 was the new 20. So now that I'm almost 40, maybe 40 is the new 30. I'll have to ask Tim for confirmation on that though.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Oh,
I guess
I'm-
my 55 could be what? 45?
I'm exactly the same, Darth. It is so much more satisfying going after Hal if you're the human noble.
Oh my god, I hacked the Atlas. Damn it.
Well, what is it they say? It's like when I was a kid, the way I hurt myself was like skinning my knee in the playground and falling off my bike and Pop Warner football. And now that I'm old, the way I hurt myself is by like sitting down too long, getting out of bed wrong, sneezing too hard. And yes, killing Hao is like the most satisfying thing in the game.
Find the LZ. We are inbound.
The other thing about me is I take too many naps.
Yeah, when I was like 20, going to bed just kind of was like a buzzkill, and now it's something I look forward to.
It happens, man.
That's what Tim needs to look forward to when he gets our age, my age. You can take a lot of naps.
Tim's British though, so he probably gets to have tea when he naps.
Tea would keep us awake.
No, you have a chamomile.
I don't know. if we
It does help
have that,
help
okay.
you sleep, man.
I stopped I completely cut caffeine out of my diet a couple years ago. It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. But after like, I had the worst headaches for like 4 days, but then I felt amazing afterwards.
Yeah, I kind of cut back on soda started this year. I'm still drinking coffee though. I don't know if that makes any sense.
It's the sort that counts, guys.
I feel devastated for my bro. He comes
Just-
back from war with his family. Thought, yeah, he's out in
Yeah, but
the
did you ever
wild,
have-
isn't he?
As another American though, Curtis, did you ever have Four Loko?
I don't think I have no idea what that is.
Like 20% alcohol caffeinated fruit juice.
Oh, okay. Now the answer to that is no. I never drink any alcohol.
Fair enough.
Hello, guy. Nice to see you.
I
Hope you're
never-
doing well.
Well, Tim probably makes up for you with all the room temperature gin he has.
On the Diet Coke tonight.
Gin and Diet Coke? That does
Live
not
it.
sound good. Actually, I wonder why that is. Like, people will mix anything with Coke, but I don't think I've ever seen anyone have gin and Coke. I wonder why that is.
Because it tastes awful.
Yeah, but has anyone actually tried it to know that it tastes awful?
Same way I don't like the taste of how I feel in the morning. Yeah, it's exactly the same. Same for me. I want to change the character actually. I want this guy. Who are we going to be? Who are we going to be?
I went with my new Asari Adept. I just got back.
Fine.
Tim could be sorry, but he might not get a game played through though.
Yeah, I was going to be in Asari, but then I was worried Tim would just spend the whole game staring at my butt.
Well, you can't help it, can you? Really? You're sorry you have nice butts.
I mean, fair point, they do.
They do have a good figure also.
Random just become an adult and now we're all scared. It'll happen to you, man. It'll happen to you. Enjoy it. Staying out till 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, thinking, oh, going to bed for losers. And it'll get to the point where like, 2 o'clock in the morning, that's like the middle of the night.
I think what did it for me was the first time, because my better half is 7 years younger than me, and I was playing one of the original Mega Man games on Nintendo once, and she came in the room, and I was like, oh, is this what video games are like when you were a kid? I was like, come on, you're only 7 years younger. You had a Nintendo, surely.
I used to have the original Nintendo.
I still have a working VIC-20. That's how old I am. And I'm waiting for everyone in chat to be like, what the hell is a VIC-20?
20.
And I'll
What the
answer
hell is a
that for you.
VIC-20?
It's an old Commodore computer from 1980 that technically was a video game console, but all the games were text-based because graphics didn't exist.
My first computer was an Acorn Electron.
Mine was a TRS-80, and I hope at least someone knows what that is.
Commodore 64. Get in there. I had one of them too.
Like, comment, and subscribe if someone else other than me had a computer so old it saved things on cassette tapes and not discs.
Floppy disk, Manic Mansion.
I remember them.
Well, I'm so old. I remember when floppy disks were actually floppy.
Yeah, that's a poor joke. Random says, what's a cassette
Was that any
tape?
funny they put it in?
That's when you
Sorry,
do
what
know
was
it.
They did put that on Mass Effect, showing all the old computers on there. You know, everybody using floppies and cassette tapes. And
I'm sure Tim still has an 8-track somewhere.
Although that is before my time, that one.
That's a good question, Hado. What's a cassette tape?
You never experienced
I used to have 8-track tapes. I had
the annoyance of having your cassette tape get chewed up in the machine and you have to find a biro to get all the tape back into the little plastic container.
And don't forget having a pen. You have to have like the perfect pen that has like a hexagonal case so that you could turn it to wind the tape back up if it got pulled out.
Just haven't lived.
I vaguely remember videotapes from when I was younger.
I never did that on cassette. I used my finger to wind the tape up.
Well, I mean, if you have small fingers, I guess.
Biro, yes, a biro worked perfectly random. Wow. That was
Real.
Only Tim could die after we won the round.
Has anybody else tried to rewind DVDs?
I mean, I've never rewound a DVD, but I've rented DVDs from Blockbuster that had the Be Kind, Please Rewind sticker on them.
One day I'm gonna find that last Blockbuster.
True story, I went to buy, like, way back when, like, probably 10, 15 years ago, I went to buy a case of beer, and I got ID'd, and while I was fishing my ID out, I put my keys on the counter, and the guy noticed that I had a Blockbuster keychain thing on my keys, and he's like, yeah, never mind, you're good.
Why did you get ID'd? Like, can you look old enough, kind of thing?
I'm that guy, like, when I grow my beard out, like, when I have facial hair, I look my age, but when I shave, I look quite young.
You guys won't believe this. Sometime a few years ago, I went to the store to buy me some NyQuil. They actually wanted to see my ID. Buying NyQuil. I said,
Well,
really?
The best was, I got ID'd buying a case of Clearly Canadian once, and I was like, it's water.
No!
Do you have that in Illinois, Curtis?
What's that?
Clearly Canadian. It's like carbonated water that has like fruit flavors like pineapple, orange, lemon, whatever.
Yes, we do. I see it in stores. I never tried them though.
Because I remember my better half was like shocked. Like, I was shocked that apparently that does not exist in Canada, which you'd think it would, considering it's called Clearly Canadian. But I guess it's only an American thing.
Okay, someone might want to tell the company that it's clearly not Canadian.
I'll be sure to send them an angry email.
Bogeys incoming. Pick your target.
you have that over there, Tim?
No, we don't have Kelly Canadian.
Do you have anything cool in England?
I mean, we have our own brands.
I think they got.
We have nicer chocolate than you do.
Are you like France and when you go to McDonald's you don't have quarter pounders, they're like called Royale burgers or something?
I think they are called quarter pounders.
You're thinking of France.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
McRoyale with cheese.
Oh, speaking of England, I know I don't think either of you care about football at all, but England and the US got put in the same group at the World Cup.
The US don't tend to go far in the World Cup though, do they?
We tend to make it out of the group stage, then we just kind of die after that. I just think it's amazing because the World Cup this year is in Qatar. They, instead of being in July, it's in November. So the US plays England the day after American Thanksgiving. So I'm mentally preparing myself for the 500,000 colonialism jokes I'm going to make on Twitter.
You mean about how the country that colonized you is going to beat you?
Yeah, and in typical American fashion, I'll probably be wearing a Speedo when I do it.
We're talking about what Americans call soccer, so English football.
Here they come. Copy that.
Put Dark Voice in the chat. That is true, Halo, but that's an argument for another day.
Mostly I'm just glad the US even qualified this time.
It always confused me that American football was called football, and you know, in your football you don't kick the ball very often.
If you're a sarcastic jerk like me and most people are, you call it American football hand egg.
I'm just barely staying alive because I've just got the most default weapons because I couldn't change them in time.
When the NFL does, I think, 1 or 2 games a year annually in London, do those tend to do pretty well on TV ratings-wise, or do people really care?
NFL, is that the American soccer league?
No, like the American football.
We don't... Oh, I don't know, I mean... No, sorry, I'm just thinking for a minute. American football does do well over here. I know the Super Bowl does really well, like, around the world.
Because, yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure how much it ties in, but I know the guy who owns the Jaguars in the NFL also owns Fulham in the Premier League. So I don't know if that, like... makes people in England care about the team at all or not, or if they just watch just because it's the Super Bowl.
I think it depends. I mean, some families just follow our football, but like, you do get some that like watch loads of different sports and will watch the American football.
So what's it like in England? Do you have a certain shortage on general supplies, food in stores? Well, in Germany, it's like the old... Yeah, well, to be fair, Monmouth, we were the only country that decided we were going to impose economic sanctions on ourselves. So, yeah, it's pretty dire at the minute.
Oh yeah, prices are hiking and it's an exciting time.
We have the worst possible government in the worst possible time. But I suppose that's kind of a bit political though, isn't it?
Yeah, but even the people on that side don't like him, so...
To be fair, Boris Johnson does seem like the kind of guy I could hang out and have beer and chicken wings with.
That's the impression he wants to give everybody. And that's why he stays in power.
It's having parties that got him in trouble in the first place, though.
No, but I'm being a political idiot like I am. That's generally the test I do. If I can't imagine hanging out for beer and chicken wings with someone, I probably won't vote for them. I mean, that's probably a bad way to decide who I vote for, but...
I have no idea what's happening in Australia. No, actually, they can't be as bad as a country that's decided to cut itself off from its closest trading partner.
Yeah, we are pretty screwed up.
Well, at least according to Tim, you have really good chocolate.
Absolutely. I don't know what it is.
Cadbury was bought out by an American company recently, wasn't it? I think I heard that Cadbury was sold to an American company.
Yeah, but everyone like because they in every other country you have to kind of put this special stuff into the chocolate to stop it from melting in the hot climate. Where we have like the perfect climate for the perfect chocolate.
Yeah, you say perfect climate, I say poor weather.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, there is
it
that.
just never gets warm. I mean, to be fair though, it's pretty hard to screw up chocolate.
Well, you Americans managed to do it.
So,
I've tried Hershey's.
Oof, petrol's costing $2. I don't know what the conversion rate's that.
there are places in California where it's over $6 a gallon, which is ridiculous.
$200,000 additional
New York had like
inhabitants could be.
$7 a gallon now. Could be wrong on that though.
This might have to be my last game tonight, guys.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I think we'll just do a bronze match just to finish up. Get Curtis back in the last round.
Yeah, I'll just chill in chat. I say chill, but there's nothing chill about all the crap we're talking about.
Am I by myself?
Yeah.
I'll try not to embarrass you.
How about that Chris Rock slap, huh?
Oh, there's something we can make fun. Are we still making Academy Award jokes?
Sure.
So it's alright if I say, like, the Academy tried to calm Will Smith down by giving him a statue of Jada? Get it? Because Oscars are bald.
It's never a good sign when you have to explain your own joke.
Fair enough.
Oh, watch out. Will Smith is coming for you now.
I'm like a foot taller than him. I'm pretty sure I'm okay.
You think it was staged? Everyone's saying it's staged.
Well, considering Netflix just dropped him today, I'm guessing it wasn't.
I'm pretty sure it was just he realized his wife was offended and kind of was worried she would be mad if he laughed, kind of thing. And yeah, obviously he did laugh, but he was kind of trying to please her.
I kind of missed it. I caught the part where he was accepting his award and crying. What the heck is he crying about now?
Enemies down. Good shooting. Stay alert. Enemy is regrouping.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was well basically Curtis. Chris Rock made a joke about Will Smith's wife's hair loss condition, and Will Smith actually laughed about it initially, and then saw I think his wife was not too happy about it, and then kind of just started yelling at Chris Rock and slapped him.
Thing is, though,
It was the most innocuous joke ever, though.
Yeah,
and hasn't
it was a G.I. Jane joke, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Ricky Gervais done far worse at the Oscars?
Well, yeah, exactly. He told off every. I don't know if it was the Oscars or the Golden Globes, but he told off everybody.
Now, I don't know if you guys remember a guy named Don Rickles, and he was used to be offensive to everybody, but I don't think anybody punching Don Rickles. Making a joke.
Well, I mean, to be fair to Chris Rock, he handled it probably about as well as anyone could expect.
Squad member offline.
Yeah, he didn't retaliate or back away or anything, did he?
No, he just kind of stood there. Kind of laughed it off.
Well, I mean, the thing for me anyway is like the whole point of award shows is everyone roasts each other anyway. And I mean, like, as far as jokes go, making a joke about hair loss is pretty tame.
The thing is, I think she was pretty insecure about it, though. It depends on the person on how you take it, doesn't it?
No, I know, I mean, and that's fair, but I mean, at the same time, when you're at a public event like that, you kind of have to expect something might happen.
That's all of them. Good work. Enemy is regrouping. Time to reload.
I don't know, I'm just saying if it was me, if it was something that actually bothered me, there's ways to handle that. Like, you could do something, you could pull him aside afterwards and be like, hey man, that was kind of not cool, or that was over the line, or whatever. But I don't think walking on stage and punching him in the face was really called for.
You could have really embarrassed him. Made him publicly apologise.
Yeah, I guess it kind of screams that it's a statement like, look at me, I can defend my wife, kind of thing.
Yeah, well, it's kind of, like you said though, it's kind of lost when you realize that he laughed at the joke and only got mad when he realized his wife rolled her eyes.
Is this on the edition? No, this is the original, Dylan. original Mass Effect 3 on PC. Yeah, you can still get a good game. Very active still, absolutely.
Yeah, if you go on EA Play, you can get downloaded for free.
Oh, speaking of free stuff, if anyone has a GOG account, I just noticed Elder Scrolls Oblivion is free, I think, until tomorrow.
Oh, is it?
Monday.
That's not popped up on the Discord.
Do you have your Discord bot set up for GOG? I thought it was only Steam and Epic.
Yeah, no, it should cover everything.
I know I have to admit that yesterday I stole the joke when it said Elden Ring was free. I used that in a couple other Discords and pissed a couple people off. It was kind of funny.
Got an advert from the electronics company in the UK called Currys. They do a lot of TVs and consoles and stuff. And they had like an email sent around for people to their newsletter that basically said there's a they've now got like the first ever like experimental hoverboard or something that you can get. And I don't know how tired I was at the time, but I actually believed it for a minute and thought, oh my god, 2015 from Back to the Future is real. And I clicked on the link.
Well, I mean, to be fair, some of the best things in the world started as April Fool's jokes, and then people realized how popular they were and made them actually a thing. I mean, Pokemon Go was an April Fool's joke, and now that's like the biggest. I think it's still the biggest app or game on mobile phone anyway.
Squad member offline. Squad member has flatlined.
Gmail was also an April Fool's joke too.
Gmail?
Good job.
That's crazy because that's the first and only email account I use.
Ah, come on.
Oh, so you never experienced the joy of having a Hotmail or Yahoo account?
Oh, Yahoo account.
I think I had an Outlook account, but I never got into it because I never knew my password. So
Andromeda multiplayer makes you angry. I've only ever tried on. I think we tried it a couple of times on the stream, in the early days of the stream, and I couldn't get on with it.
Well, at least the Andromeda multiplayer didn't copyright strike you.
That's very true. Yeah, Dragon Age one did, but I didn't want the strike. It was just a claim, but. I was quite disappointed that didn't stream very well, to be honest, because I think it'd actually be quite a good stream to do, because it's not like horde mode. You actually do. You've got objectives and stuff to do, and there's an end level boss at the end of each round as well.
Dragon Age Origin has multiplayer?
Inquisition does, not the first two.
Okay.
I'm downloading original Mass Effect 3 off EA Play just for the multiplayer. Ah, good stuff, Dylan. Everyone in
Now he
threads.
gets it
Reminds me
downloaded
of
and
when-
Firewall decides.
Sorry.
I'm just playing Dying Simulator over here, guys, because my squishy Asari doing 0 damage.
I downloaded Final Fantasy 14 just for the multiplayer.
Head toward the LZ.
I guess that joke didn't land either.
Yeah, I will not-
I'm awful today.
Flatlined.
I will be surprised they put multiplayer on Legendary Edition on Mass Effect.
Nearly there. Team member is hurt.
I'm still waiting for a version of Skyrim I can play on my Samsung smart fridge.
It'll come.
It's supposed to be included in the Ultra Special Legendary Anniversary Edition.
Wow. Up in there.
I mean, it better be.
You gotta move, soldier.
I know
Jim's
people-
getting geared up for the new Star Trek. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I know people like to make the "it just works" jokes with Bethesda games, but the last time I saw Todd Howard, he had a $40,000 Rolex on, so something must be working.
Anyway, I'm gonna pop out the multiplayer lobby then so Curtis can join.
No worries. We'll drop this down to bronze just for the final fling.
I'll probably leave the Discord, but I'll be in the stream chat.
No worries.
I'm gonna be an Asari this time, so I'm trusting you to behave, Tim.
No promises.
Hell, we all could be Asaris if you want to.
Yeah, we can do that if you want.
Tim can look. Tim can look at his own butt.
Actually, no, I want to be the shadow. I haven't been in the
I mean,
shadow.
to be fair, Tim raises a valid point, though.
I do.
Well, I mean, why should we be making fun of people or shunning them for liking nice butts? I mean, my better half literally drools over Thor's abs every time a Marvel movie's on. So if that's okay, why can't I appreciate, or why can't you appreciate a nice butt?
Did you get the invite, Curtis?
Yeah, I mean,
Have.
I think.
There you are.
Okay. Okay. Let me see here. We'll get me some health packs here.
My girlfriend does the same thing, but God forbid I say anything. Yeah, it's kind of the
Oh, you want to
it's kind of
hear
the
the
man
greatest
rule,
thing?
isn't it?
Mine loves Garrus so much, she doesn't romance anyone in Mass Effect 1 anymore because she considers it cheating on him. I mean, personally, I'm all for that, though, because passion is important, even if it's for something silly.
Yeah, definitely. You got to have passion for what you do.
Like, do you want to hear the literal dumbest thing in the world, but it's also kind of really cool? Like, do you know anything about Canadian geography?
Not really.
Right, so my better half, I'm assuming you don't watch hockey, but she's such a big Calgary fan that she doesn't eat Lay's potato chips because a guy who played for Edmonton 35 years ago did a commercial for them once.
Yeah.
Like that, on one hand, that's incredibly stupid, but on the other hand, I have mad respect for that.
Fine work, team. Enemy is regrouping. Enemy is regrouping. Enemies approaching.
Have you guys seen the demake of Mass Effect? 64-bit game.
The one that looks like Advance Wars.
No.
Okay, because I saw the one that looks like Advance Wars and it, like the Game Boy Advance one,
Oh,
and it looked
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be the one. It's the N-Gage version, is it? Or the Game Boy version?
Well, the Game Boy Advance was 64 bits too, just like the N64 was.
Yeah, that's it.
See, like, I don't know, like, it looked amazing. I remember, I don't think it ever existed,
No,
but I
it's,
saw someone,
yeah, no, it's not
Sorry?
real.
yeah, because I was going to say it looks amazing, but I feel like I would have seen something official if it was actually a thing.
Sensors tell me only one left.
I was hoping it was like one of those happy accidents where just like I somehow missed it. Like someone demade Demon Souls to look like it was a Super Nintendo game and it was the greatest thing ever. But I somehow didn't hear about it until it was already out.
Strategic enemy personnel are on site. Zero in on the targets and terminate. Target down. New enemy target spotted.
Oh,
Good job. Target offline. Last squad member in trouble.
Well, how about this? Speaking of Mass Effect games, something we can end on. Just because I've seen people talking about it recently. How does everyone feel like if hypothetically Shepard was a part of the next game? Would you be happy or kind of annoyed that he or she was still a thing? Or like, would you rather it be like a new, fresh thing?
for me personally, I'd think I'd prefer it to be a fresh character, I think.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
Well done, team. Enemy is regrouping. Time to reload.
I feel like making everything about Shepard. Like, I understand why people love Shepard so much, but I feel like if you make everything about Shepard, then you take away from so many other things.
Yeah, I mean, I think they should have references to them. But, I mean, they're a massive part of the lore, aren't they? So they should be referenced in some way. But
Oh no, I 100% agree. And if you could make a thing where it would be like a trophy to collect all the like Shepard data pads or something. But Shepard should exist, I think, going now and going forward in name only.
Shepard was done as a secondary character like Hawk. The Shepard could or couldn't be alive. I'd be good with it.
Some fine work, team. Enemy is still active. Stay alert.
I think bringing Hawk back for Dragon Age Inquisition, that worked quite well. But then with Dragon Age, it's a new character every time, every game, isn't it? So whereas as Shepard, it was a set 3 games kind of story arc, wasn't it?
I mean, like, it's just, I don't know if weird is the right word. I feel like it's not, but, like, I get why Shepard's obviously so popular, but it's kind of weird how Mass Effect is, like, the only video game franchise, where everyone's like, oh my god, it's like, Shepard has to be part of it. Like, you've never heard any other, like, there's a different assassin in every Assassin's Creed game. It's I don't know, it's just weird how everyone's just is so hyper-focused on Shepard, at least to me.
It happens with Splinter Cell as well. I mean, the uproar because Michael
Ironside, I think.
Ironside, yeah, that's it. Because he wasn't voicing Sam Fisher in Blacklist. Absolutely immense. It turns
Wasn't it's been a while, but wasn't, like, story-wise, Sam Fisher like 70 years old when that game took place, though? Like, I would expect him to not be in it.
they kind of de-aged him. So rather than creating a new character, they made some kind of excuse that it was because they wanted the motion capture guy to do the voice and the motion capture. And it only turned out like a couple of years ago that it was because Ironside had cancer that he didn't voice him. Because he's come back and he's made a couple of cameos in like a couple of Tom Clancy games as Sam Fisher. Shepard would be an AI like AD. I hope you're wrong there, Hollywood guy. I'd hate that.
Targets down. Mission accomplished.
Well, what about this? About Shepard having a child?
Yeah, the new game. That would be amazing. Like the new game should be you play as Shepard and Liara's kid.
Enemy is regrouping. Time to reload.
And the kid could look like just like Shepard.
Here they come.
Like a female Asari Shepherd version.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, it would still be less terrifying than that meme where someone photoshopped male Shepard's face on Miranda.
Ooh.
Squad member offline.
I mean, there might be something to that though, because I've heard some people say that there's some pretty convincing stuff that at the end of the Shadow Broker DLC, that if you romance Liara in Mass Effect 1, after the end of the Shadow Broker DLC, I've heard a fan theory that people say that Liara is actually pregnant.
Enemy force approaching.
Oh, for the when you invite her on the ship.
Yeah, apparently, like I'd have to listen to it again because I forget. It's been a while, but I know there was a pretty convincing fan theory I read that if you romance her in the first game, when she comes on the ship in the second game, that she's actually pregnant. But like I said, I'd have to listen to it again or Google it again to find out exactly the specifics.
It might be because of that dress that she wears. It looks like a maternity dress, to be honest. The question would be if the Mass Effect series would be good without Shepard. Would the fans protest?
The answer to that question is yes, because it happened with Andromeda.
Well done, team.
Also, what kind of game would Casey Hudson make? Yeah, his new game is very Mass Effect-y, apparently.
Is it weird to say that his new game sounds a lot like Detroit Become Human?
Uh-oh.
Team member has gone dark.
Well, if we give it a try with or without Shep. Ow. Okay, run away. And get stuck in a wall.
Oh.
Squad member needs help.
That's a bad move.
You know, I never really thought about it, but the dress she wears on the ship is definitely not flat. I don't know if I'd call it maternity, but it's definitely not a flattering dress.
It's not, is it?
Enemy is still active. Stay alert.
Have you ever played Happy Wars before? No, I've not even heard of that one.
Find the targets and get them running.
Copy that. On the mark. Check me out.
Target online.
Ow, ow, ow. Where was that coming from? Yeah, I think that they listen far too much to the critics with Andromeda. They really should have stuck with it.
Oh, especially like it's heartbreaking if you ever get if anyone ever gets the chance to read the novel Annihilation. That was basically a novelization of what happened to the Quarian Arc, which was supposed to be the first DLC for Andromeda, and the novel is so good, like I would kill someone to have been able to play that.
Squad member in trouble.
On your feet, soldier.
Device online.
I mean, and that's just one DLC. Who knows what other DLCs they had planned. I mean, other than, I know there was a Cerberus one, but I mean, there would have been more than just the two.
I did read it. It was awesome. Really hope that they return to Andromeda to finish the story.
Well, yeah, especially because I know one of the biggest criticisms I've heard people say about Andromeda is that it's kind of boring. Like, it only introduces one new alien. I mean, two if you count the cat. And it's kind of cliche and straightforward. But I mean, if you actually play the entire game through, where it leaves, where it ends, is like the perfect jumping off point for like anything. And it's just kind of a shame we're never going to see anything now. Or at least we're probably never going to see anything now.
Well, I don't know. They have brought the Andromeda Galaxy, and Mike Gamble did say that that was intentional. I don't think that I can't see them completely abandoning it. I think they'll have something in the new game about it.
Completely abandon might be the wrong word. I think my biggest point was just like, I always hate to see, like, it seems like not just Mass Effect, but so many things get ruined because like one angry person with 10 followers on Twitter sent a mean tweet, and then the company's like, okay, well, we'll just not do it anymore. Like, I kind of hate how reactionary companies are these days. Like, I know like, you want to have a good public image, but one angry person on Twitter isn't your customer base.
Which comic was the first Contact War? That's Evolution.
Well, you never know, guys. They could probably surprise you. You know, they might come out one day saying, well, we're about done with it, Andromeda Part 2. Regardless, you know, numbers of haters out there.
You see, with Dylan, with Andromeda, that's with Anthem, that's slightly different because they did try to stick with that. That was EA. They pulled the plug on that. They pulled the plug on the funding, didn't they?
To be fair, it was just one thing, because I have a very personal relationship with Anthem. I 100% understand why everyone hates EA, and I'll admit I enjoy making fun of them too. But in the case of Anthem, I mean, BioWare kind of wasted 4.5 or 5 years. I mean, at some point, EA is allowed to ask where their game is.
That's very true. Well, that brings us to the end of this week's live stream. Thank you so much to Diana, Cerberus Guy, Texano, and Curtis for the game. Appreciated. And in the chat this evening we've had Dark Voice, Hollywood Guy, Dylan, Random, Optistan, Monrith, thank you very much for hanging out. Thank you very much for coming, Jumpy Popcorn, as well. Much appreciated. Thank you, everybody. We'll be back again next Saturday. For those of you who have nothing to do on a Saturday night, like to come and hang out with us. Dylan's new, excellent. I hope you've hit that like and subscribe button and all that YouTube jazz. And yeah, I'm working on a couple of videos this week, so I might have 2 videos. Not sure yet, but I've got a couple in mind that I wanted to get out this week. So one's going to be a tier list. We haven't done a tier list for a while. We're going to do a tier list. So.
Is the other one about why Wynn is a terrible character?
No, not until I've done some more of my Dragon Age playthrough. So it'll come. I'll make one just for you, Cerberus Guy.
Actually, that's the thing. Curtis, you need to play Dragon Age at least until the point where you get to make the big decision with Wynn. Just because I want to see if you're which side of the fence you're come down on, because I hope you come down on my side.
But yeah, we'll be back again next week,
Okay.
9 p.m. UK time. And thank you ever so much for hanging out with us this evening. It's been great fun. And have a great week. And I'll see you next time.
Thank you, everyone.